In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create an amazing storefront for your Amazon store using ChatGPT's Codex. Now, before I go into this, I'm going to explain why I am using Codex instead of Cloud Design, which has been our go-to tool for creating Amazon listing images in Premium A Plus in my previous videos. And the reason is I actually went through Cloud Design when making this storefront for Amazon, and it wasn't giving us the exact same results as we needed. So we tried Codex, which actually had a better output, and I sort of reverse engineered the prompt that I'm going to provide Codex. And by the way, this prompt is going to be in my description attached below. You can get it and use the exact same prompt. I'll show you in the video how we can create an amazing storefront using ChatGPT's Codex. By the way, if you don't know what Codex is, it's a tool used in ChatGPT to code, but a lot of people don't know it can create amazing content for your Amazon store, right? All you have to do is just download Codex, go to Google, type in Codex downloadable. If it's Mac, do it for that. If it's Windows, use it for that. And then once it's done, I'm going to show you what you're going to do. Right. So here we have the Codex opened, right? Below you can see that we have a search bar, and this is exactly where you're going to provide the prompt and the storefront asset. So before you start creating this storefront, I want you to get at least one image of your product, and I'm assuming that you have at least one asset to provide to Codex because it's going to create the store based on that one product, right? And so for this example, we used the Medicube night mask, and this is what we're going to use in our video. So I simply provided Codex with the product image, which was just this, and with my prompt. Now the prompt that we used was very detailed, so it's something like this, and it contains a couple of different sections. For example, the first one is you have to analyze all the assets that we provide, and you have to take care of the logos, you have to take care of the brand tone and whatnot. And there were a couple more sections in there included just to ensure that Codex doesn't make mistakes. And just to save you guys a lot of time, I actually made a lot of stores with Codex, and each of the time it made any mistake, I basically just re-engineered my prompt so it wouldn't do that on your end. Now, you don't have to go through the prompt here, and we don't have to read all of this, but you can simply just copy and paste the prompt into Codex, and it would create the result for you. Now, to save time, I've already done it, and you can see this is what Codex came back with, right? And by the way, Codex is always connected to your file browser, and once it's done creating the product storefront or the Amazon storefront, you can see that it'll save all of the assets in your Explorer. All you have to do is just open this folder. You can go from here and it'll open up. Now I'm going to show you the storefront so we can zoom in and see what it came back with. Now in all of my videos, I explain things really transparent. So I know there's a lot of mistakes AI can make, right? And even in this video, I'm going to show you the mistake it made or the mistakes that we have in different modules and something that you can avoid if you're going to give it a prompt. Now, I've tried making the prompt as smooth as possible, but for example, let's look at the first module here. This module is perfect. I don't see any issues. And the second module that we have has amazing ingredient extracts, which again is pretty helpful. I don't see any mistakes. The third module, so this is four different modules, right? In the storefront and Amazon gives you four different options that you can include as separate modules. For example, this is the first, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth one. Now you can see that the first module looks okay to me, and the second module, I think it has tried to visibly show an ingredient, but I don't see how this looks okay. And I would go back and tell Codex to actually fix this and come back with a proper module here, right? So we see the same thing on the third module. It looks like it tried showing some ingredients, but again, it sort of failed doing that. The fourth module has an issue where the product is zoomed in. And since we only gave it one single asset, I believe that it's going to come up with some creative ways to show product in different angles. But this is a mistake. So these four modules are okay, but they just need to be tweaked a bit, and you can just simply just screenshot this spot and just go back to Codex and say, hey, can you please fix these four things, and it'll understand. Again, this module is okay, but something that it did was not fill out these four pointers. It should have been something like some sort of text here, but again, if you just screenshot it one by one, it'll fix it. This module, I don't see any issues with it. I just maybe think that it might be a bit bad idea for it to overlap these two boxes. And again, you can go back and fix this. But the thing is, if you just want a proper layout, it gives you the proper layout, and it's not so bad for just one asset that you gave it. Right, you didn't give it much of the assets, and this is what it came back with. Now you can fix all of these modules one by one. Simply start screenshotting. By the way, if you don't want to screenshot, Codex actually gives you all these modules in your file browser, and they're saved one by one. So you can simply just drag and drop in Codex. For example, I know that, let's say, one of my module isn't perfect. For example, we know that the product is so zoomed in that it looks really bad. I could simply drag it back to Codex and say, can you please fix the zoomed in product? I don't want it to be zoomed in. Can you please do the layout properly and so on. If you do this, I suppose you'll get a amazing storefront which would be saved all in your file explorer, and that is ready-made modules that you can simply upload to your Amazon store. I hope this video made a lot of sense. The prompt that I actually gave it was super well engineered, and it had a lot of. So before I made all these stores, for example, before this store, I made a couple of other stores. But Codex is making a lot more mistakes than the ones that you see in here, right? It was overlapping different products, overlapping different modules even. The text wasn't right, but in here, a lot has improved. Now, I'm still improving the prompt one by one, and fixing all the mistakes that there were even in this storefront. But even if I give you the perfect prompt, it'll still make a couple of mistakes, and that's okay because that's how AI works. But the good thing about the Codex version is it doesn't use a lot of tokens like Claude does, and so you can go back and forth and keep changing things if needed. I hope this video makes a lot more sense. If you do like my videos about Amazon creatives, please do like the video and let me know what more videos you would like me to publish, which would be using different AI tools.